Hey guys, welcome to another day on the shop. Today, I'm doing something a little different. It's a little fab project that make some money off of. So, we're gonna look at some new tools that I got because I'm tired of doing it the old school way. So we'll explain it in a minute. Well, after doing some research, because I've got my plasma table by Langmeyer Systems, which is over here. It's kind of in the weeds right now because I haven't been using it. So it's right here. It's ready to go minus some stuff on top. And I just don't like cutting in here with all the cars and engines exposed and everything because dust just goes everywhere. But inquiring about how to make a little extra money with side projects when you have a welder. Well, you see all this? I've got some C-channel right here, and I've got a lot of angle. So that 2x2 by 3/16 angle is used to make trailer ramps. There's a lot of people out there that what they do is they need trailer ramps. They don't have time to make them, or they don't want to pay the ridiculous commercial price that it costs to make them. So, in essence, I make them. I make maybe about $40, $50 to $100 off each pair that I make. When you compare it to commercial stuff, the commercial stuff is about triple, if not quadruple, the price of what I charge. Say, for example, for a pair of 4-foot ramps, it costs about $90 to $100 in metal and some of the supplies, not all of it. So say $105 maybe at most. Well, I sell these 4-foot ramps for $160. It takes a little while to get used to how to cut them, how to put them together, how to weld them together, and so on and so forth. So your tooling and all comes into play. So you're making roughly a little bit more than $20 an hour when you look at it. That's not too bad. You do it on your own time, make a couple sets, $20 an hour. A set I just made out of the 3-inch channel, I actually made, I think, $200 profit off of it, but it did take me almost 4 hours. So that's almost $50 an hour. It just depends, because the price that I gave the person that bought them was the price for one commercial style ramp that wasn't built, I would say, with as much love as I put into it, making sure that every weld was there. There was extra reinforcement because that 3-inch channel has a 12,000 pound mini excavator that goes up it. So I wanted to make sure that it was really stout. But anyway, we're gonna get into my new fab tools that I have. So here we go. I went and visited Harbor Freight. All right. And got me one of these. I have me a bandsaw. So I'm going to be using this to cut my angle for now. I don't have the Hercules bandsaw. I have my Milwaukee, so it's a little different, but this fits. Hercules, Bauer, DeWalt, Milwaukee deep cut bandsaws. So that's what that is. It's not too bad for 120 bucks. It shifts from being a I call it horizontal cuts to vertical like that. So you have a bandsaw that sits up and down. Pretty cool. Next thing I got, because I wanted to hold these ramps together while I put them together, was one of the titanium modular weld tables. Which for the price, what you got, what you need, it's not that bad. And then, since these things are 12 to 16 inches wide, I got me some new clamps because yeah, my C-clamps aren't big enough. These little C-clamps are not big enough for a 12-inch gap. And then on top of that, I had to go get me some more gas. So that's what we're doing. We're gonna unpack these and set them up. And then with this little dealio, it has this little shock absorber right here that I'm not gonna be using while I cut, because I want the bandsaw to come down on the metal and not push itself back up, because that gives a little resistance. So when you cut it, it's like any other saw, it will retract back upward, but I don't want that. I want it to fall and go all the way down. So that's what we're going to be doing today, because I've got 2 7-foot ramps and a 5-foot ramp I've got to cut. So it's a little money maker. I'm trying to ease my work time and my production so I make more in the end. So yeah, I spent a little money, but we're gonna make some more money. So let's open these things up and get them together. All right, this thing's pretty fancy. It's a thick plate. This is the base plate whenever it sits up and does the vertical cuts. Here's my old school Milwaukee. We're gonna be using it. Like I said, it can cover 4 different things, if not other ones too. Here's the bracket for the Milwaukee. It takes this handle off and braces itself up here on it. Little doohickey right here. So you got that. Everything's in place. You can cut angles and everything else. I really wish I had a slider that held this metal against here. It's the only thing I'm complaining about with this, is it just doesn't have something to hold it in the spot you want it. So other than that, here's your little shock. You can take it off if you want and everything else. So it's there. Yeah, already comes assembled. That's one thing I'm really enjoying is assembled. So the last deal that you have is you have the trigger down here that is not controlled by anything but you. So a lot of people take like zip ties, Velcro straps, or anything else. Eventually I want to get a pedal assembly for this, to where you keep this on and all you do is hit the pedal and it gives it power and it just cuts. So that's about 30 bucks, and we'll order that online. So once this thing gets set up, I can always use it as a vertical bandsaw or just a horizontal cut bandsaw. So we got everything we need. I'm going to assemble this real quick and take one more look at it. Alright, so it took a couple tools, but I also found out it does have an on-off switch. So this little lever right here, on, hit it, off. So that's good. I'll slide back and forth. This is adjusted to hit the center line right here. Then you have your adjustment for all your different angles. But everything has fell into place pretty easy for my horizontal cutting. This bracket isn't bent enough to land flush. I don't know why, but it is where it is. I like it where it is, and we're gonna leave it. Yeah, so we got one project done. Now I can start cutting metal, and as you see, the gas strut's not hooked up, so as it falls on the metal, it's the weight of the saw, and until it falls all the way down. So not too bad. 120 bucks, and it's a vertical and a horizontal bandsaw. I like it. And now I can start cutting stuff. But like I said, I'm gonna have to figure out a way to clamp my metal in, because it doesn't clamp. That's the only thing I don't like about this. So I guess I'm gonna slide my metal in here and just clamp it down to the back of this. So I guess that's my only way to do it. So let's get to looking at it a little bit more and probably starting to cut. All right, we're gonna open this box now and check out everything that's in it. So, not too bad. I got directions again. I think I should read them. They have a lot of boxes. So, just pop most of this out. Oh. Alright, well, it comes with quite a few things. You got 4 clamps right here. You got some other clamps and different things right here. I don't know what they're called, but they hold pipe and whatnot in certain ways. You got the feet and a bunch of bolts. You got the short legs. You got some adjustments. So here's the long leg. This already comes pre-oiled. It's pretty greasy, so that's pretty good, so it won't rust. Yeah, and then you got the ledge on the bottom, which it shows right there, which will probably end up, I'll probably end up cutting another piece of steel and making a bracket, or not a bracket, a shelf down there. And we'll probably end up putting casters on this after a little while so that we can wheel this thing around. It's not to keep it level, but it's to keep it mobile. So that's what we're going to end up doing. And I'm going to start putting this thing together, and the legs and everything. And as you hear, I got little dogs running around. So yeah, I'm just going to smoosh through this as quick as I possibly can, get this thing up and going, and so I can start putting some of these trailer ramps together on here, and it'll be easier. And got my welder ready to go and other stuff. So I'm gonna get in the directions, and I'm just going to fast forward through this for y'all, do a little time lapse, because there's no point in you sitting here watching me do every little bit of everything, or I'll just get it done. Got it together. Now we can start finishing up on our trailer ramps with that and with this. So I like this. Got a whole bunch of different accessories to come with it, and yeah, there's cheap ways to remake other things that you can have more clamps and everything for under 20 bucks, when some of these are like I don't know, 20 bucks per, and you can have like 2 or 3 made for 20 bucks or so. But yeah, I like this, so we're gonna start using this a little bit more. It'll help out with everything. But yeah, I'm gonna make a shelf down there that is ideal for a shelf right here. So we're going to do that, and yeah, then we can put all our accessories and everything else. We can either put them down here, or we can make a bar and hang some of these, or however we got to do it, because most of these are aluminum, so you can't use a magnet on them. But we can figure a way out how to put everything up. So yeah. All right, to the trailer ramps. All right, well, we got the fab table up. I really enjoy having this. So as you see, this thing is as square as can be. It is on here, it's not moving, it's flat, using every little bit of everything I have to hold this straight. And now we can start tacking all this in, and then after we tack it all in, get everything where we need it. Got to cut a couple more of these with the bandsaw over there, and yeah, then we'll have one done, and then we got to go over there to that pile of metal and cut another one, and then another one and another one, because I got 2 sets to do. So that's what we're gonna do. So I'm gonna get to welding this and make some money. So let's get to it. All right, well, welding and everything else with the table, it came out pretty good, I would say. I like them. These are my 6-foot ones, or no, my 5-foot ones. And then these pieces right here are about to be my 7-foot ones. So 5 foot and then 7 foot right there. And I got some more metal right here. So I should be able to cut a few more legs and everything else. And yeah, maybe get one more bit out of them, and then I'll have a price breakdown of what I spent versus what I get. Per ramp, it's It's getting there. I'm speeding my process up, and that's the biggest thing. Is the manufacturing part is making it fast. The faster you can make it for the same build quality, the more money you make off of it. So I'm gonna keep going, and we're gonna get this done. Customer for these is coming to pick them up in about an hour. Customer for those is picking them up in about 3 days. But since I'm already working, might as well get them done, or at least work on them. Cutting all the material, and I can weld them in a few days if I want. But I'll have them cut, ready to go. So I'm gonna get back to it.